G'day viewers, Retro Man here. It's Tulsa King time again, and today I'll be reviewing episode 8. This is really gritty stuff. Stay tuned for more.
Coming to you from a basement studio somewhere down under, it's the 80s Show with Australia's Retro Man. On tonight's show, Retro Man reviews episode 8 of Tulsa King. Well, what are we waiting for? Lights, camera, Retro Man!
G'day viewers, Retro Man here, and welcome to the 80s Show. Now today I'll be reviewing episode 8 of Tulsa King, titled Adobe Walls. Now this one gets off to a rather comical start, where Dwight and Mitch are kind of training the guys on how to use firearms, and it's very amusing. And shortly after this, there's a real threat coming from New York. I mean, we see Chicky at the funeral of his father, and we soon find out that he means business. He's out to get Dwight, and we find out later on in the episode he actually makes a call to Dwight and kind of says, look, we need to be unified now that Dad's out of the picture. But really, he has a hidden agenda. So basically, Chicky has misled Dwight into this false sense of reuniting. And he's really out to get him. And I mean, this is going to be fireworks, guys. When he comes out to Tulsa, he means business. So this will be coming up in the next episode. But the threat is there. The fear is there. And we don't know how Dwight's going to handle this. I mean, is he going to be prepared? Well, those guys that he's teaching how to use firearms, I mean, they're a bit shaky, but I'm sure Dwight is going to eventually take control and handle this situation, just like he has everything else. I mean, he's the general, and he's a made man. He's a legend, and I'm sure that Chicky is going to meet his match.
What do we do with Dwight? He's totally out of control.
Meanwhile, what is going on, and what is really the main thrust of this episode, is that Waltrip, the leader of the Black McAdams gang, he wants to really wipe out Dwight as well. So he's copying it from both sides. And he actually has some police under his control, some corrupt cops, and he gets them to try and bring Dwight in. So they actually go and confront Dwight, and Dwight gets out of the car and makes out that he's got a firearm as well, and that he could actually wipe them all out and they won't be going home to their families tonight. And this puts the fear in the police, and the police then sort of backtrack, get in their vehicles and take off. So Dwight scares the police, and Waltrip is not having a bar of this. I mean, he's out to get Dwight, and he'll do whatever it takes. And this episode comes to a very dramatic conclusion. And basically Stacy, who still has feelings for Dwight, and Dwight really has feelings for her. I mean, the two of them kind of feel each other's pain and understand each other to a certain point. It's really gut-wrenching stuff, guys, because you can tell they have feelings, yet, hey, they're a little bit standoffish. And what happens next is really, I mean, traumatic. So basically, Dwight and Stacy are having a conversation outside, and Waltrip and his biker cronies turn up, and bang, they actually make a hit on Dwight and end up wiping out Stacy. So it's a gut-wrenching finale, guys, very dramatic, and we wonder now what has happened to Stacy. Is she alive? Is she dead? The police turn up and take Dwight in, and Dwight's now in police custody. And there's a couple of other things going on. I mean, Tyson's dad is really upset about the lifestyle choice that Tyson's made. I mean, he's terrified that his son's going to, cop a bullet, basically. I mean, he knows he's heading down the wrong path with Dwight. So he's very upset about everything. And also, guys, there's a little situation there with Amand and his wife. I mean, his wife's not wearing what he's telling her anymore. I mean, he's working for Dwight, and he's out and about at all hours, and his wife is basically like, well, I don't want to be married to a criminal, get out. So it looks like a man's in hot water with the missus. So yeah, there's a lot going on in this episode, a lot of plot developments and a lot of character building, and it's all coming to a dramatic conclusion, guys, and this is really a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see what happens next.
It's important to learn how to defend yourself.
There's a war brewing on the streets between the most vicious biker gang in Tulsa and a New York mobster.
Don't you see that wherever you go? Can I ask you a question? What does it feel like to kill someone?
Are you being serious?
I've considered it.
So yes, this is really heating up. This is really tense. It's suspenseful, and I can't wait to see what happens next. So I'm eagerly anticipating episode 9 of Tulsa King. So I will be back to talk about episode 9 when it drops. But until then, guys, keep watching the 80s show, because I have a lot more coming your way. Anyway, guys, this is Retro Man, living the dream, 80s style. Stay gold.
Thanks for watching. Retro Man will return faster than a boomerang and just as tough as Stallone in Tulsa King. Please subscribe, and good night, viewers.